IGF 2019. So over to the comments section. The mic is open, and we'll take them the comments. And if there are questions, we have Auntie Mary here. We have McCain to take questions. We have the African IGF that will be taking place later on in September in Tichad, Niam, in Jamina. A lot of things will be announced. So open mic now for comments. Thank you. Open mic for comments. Peace are coming. We still have the Secretary General of the ITU here. Let Mary, you give out the information on that, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for your patience. We had about 20, either 20 or 21 fellows that attended the School of Internet Governance. And we are fortunate enough to have the Secretary General of ITU. We have the minister as well. They have been asked to graciously come witness the giving out of the certificates. The certificates are ready, and Folake has them. And as soon as they come in, then you come up here to call out the names for this. And Anya, you're part of giving out the certificates. As soon as they come up, okay? So I hope all the fellows are here. Not when we call your name and will not see you. I hope you are here to receive your certificates. Okay? All right. So in a minute or two, they will come up. But I like the idea of open mic. So as soon as the certificate giving is over, we take up the open mic. You can say anything. This is your space, and you can say or comment or ask question. So Folake, do you have all the certificates? The ones that are ready? Okay. So Christian, you are representing AUC and Prida, right? Okay, so Anya, I'm still waiting for the... Okay, on this side, United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs, represented by no other than Anya, our focal point at the IGF Secretariat. Can we give her a... We have the representative. Yes. We have the Honorable Minister of Information, Communication, and Infrastructure, and we have the Secretary General of the ITU. They are all going to witness our giving our certificates. Okay, and Anya and AUC stroke Prida. Yes. Yeah, we can go sit down. Right. Please sit down. We have the ECOWAS Commission, please. The ECOWAS Commission is yeah. Yes, Dr. Kofi is the ECOWAS Commission. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Our anchor is Folake. You are the anchor. Please, can we have one or two ushers, please? Can you come upstairs here? Because you take the certificate to them and, yeah. So when you call the name, I think it's better for them to be like.
All right, so for ease, the first four names will get the certificate of participation from the Honorable Minister, since this is his local country. So that's how we're going to start. The first person on my list is Gagare Abubakar. All right, Atei Messan M. Agbodan. Muriel Alapini. Bintaba. Amadou Sise. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Mr. SG, you will be giving out the next 5 certificates, please. So Francis Kowan. Zure El Dabo. Hidalberto N. Diaz. Theorose Eli Ziniku. Titus Tamba Fayia. Joshua Chizaram Joshua. Thank you very much, Mr. SG. Anya, I'm going to call on you to do the next 4, please. Therese K. Cater. All right. Bakari Kuyate. Victor Mambu. Watara Corinne Morris. Mahmoud Yang. Wadrago Falidatu. Thank you very much, Anya. Christian, I'm please going to call on you to do the next badge, please. So we have Ummi Sain. Fatu Sir. Meladina Antonio Texera. Bamba Vasindu. Bamba Vasindu.
This is the participant who has taken a car to drive for 2 days before coming here to the Gambia, using his own money. He is a high school teacher in Cote d'Ivoire, far from the capital city, and he came with his own means here.
Thank you very much, Christian. All right, so I would like to thank all the representatives. No, please stay on stage. We're just one more time left. Thank you very much for all the attendees to the School of Internet Governance. You couldn't have done the program without the next set of people. So the next bunch of certificates are not for participation, but facilitating, and to say thank you very much. Ponslet O. Eleji. sorry. Raphael will be giving out those. All right. Tijani Bendema. Mawaki Chango. All right. Emmanuel Ololo Agbenonwase. Wisdom Donker. Brice Abba. All right. The one and only Nena. The ever-smiling McCann Phi. The tired lass, Mary Uduma. There is one last certificate to present, but there is no certificate to give this particular person. What I would like us to do is all get on our feet and celebrate Biran. Thank you very much.
Hello. Mary, can you explain to me why there is no gender balance in school of internet? No gender balance in school of internet. Why? Women, how many men?
As we still have our special guests here, we are going to do some open mic, which Nena will be leading, and maybe she will just throw some questions to our special guests before they go, and then the floor will be open for open mic. So Nena will volunteer as we wait for the rapporteurs to round up on the communique. Thank you, Nena, for doing this prompt session for us. Thank you.
I did not volunteer. I was voluntold. Okay, so we've been here for some of us for 5 days, and for some of us 3 days. Some have been to the school, some were at the forum. We've had different sessions. I will explain what an open mic is. An open mic is a session where you can do a few things. You can give feedback on the overall experience that you have had. You can ask a question. You can ask for clarification. You might want to share ideas. You might want to present something that is linked to us here. However, you will have 90 seconds. 90 seconds is 1 minute, 30 seconds. Are we together? Yes. So you queue up, and I will time you. You already know that I'm not a very respectful person. My level of politeness has gone down after all the dancing. So when it is 80 seconds, I will signal you. And when it's 90 seconds, I will ask you to go and sit down. So please, try and make a draft of what you want to say. Be concise, be precise, but it has to happen under 2 minutes. 90 seconds to be precise. So the mic is open over there. If you have something to say, if you have a presentation to make, if you have a question to ask, if you have a clarification to seek, if you want to appreciate someone, this is your time. After this, that mic will go off. The whole of the exercise will not last too long. Please introduce yourself nicely, speak slowly so everyone can hear you. The mic is open. If there was a question in the sessions that passed that you wanted to ask, this is also the time. Do we understand what is going on now? So the mic is open. If you have something you wanted to say, a contribution you wanted to make, a question you want to ask either ITU Secretary,
ITU Secretary General, ECOWAS, the IGF Secretariat, AU, or the Honorable Minister, this is the time for you to do that. Thank you. The microphone is the one in the middle. That's what we've been doing. Please queue up. Please.
Yeah. Okay. Good afternoon to you all once again. My name is Mohamed El Sane from the Gambia College. What I want to say is not going to be much. It's a comment. And I believe this forum is very important to our societies as Africans because I have learned a lot from this forum and I'm ready to work hard to make sure freedom of expression and digitalization is something that is approved in our country because this is something very important in human society. As a human beings, we have rights and responsibilities, and these rights and responsibilities need to be regulated, and we should know our responsibility as a citizens. Because as a good citizens, no matter what, your responsibility, no one should tell you what is your responsibility and how to carry out those responsibilities. But one thing is lacking. We need to try and close that gap. Sensitization is something that can create awareness between people. I believe this is something we all have the obligation to try and focus on so that people who are not connected can be able to connect and know their rights and responsibility as a citizens. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, good afternoon once again. I am Mohamed Sise, a student of the University of the Gambia, and I have a question to ask to the Honorable Minister, Silla. I have three questions actually. One is related to agriculture being driven by technology. We understand that the Gambia is still lagging behind when it comes to development relatively. What actually has been done and what actually should be done to ensure that our agriculture is mechanized and technology driven? That's number one. Number two, we understand that there is a disconnect, or should I say a digital divide in the Gambia right now. Many people don't have access to internet, or even if they have access, it is not of quality. So what has been done to make sure that every nook and cranny of this country have access to internet, especially our rural communities? The third question, I think, is related to the infrastructure of the internet. I was made to understand that the government has done so much efforts to ensure that internet infrastructure is going fine. We have laid down some fiber, and then the Echo One is in place and all that. But still, we have seen internet being an enigma to our daily lives. So why has the government laid down the infrastructure when we haven't seen so much transformation happening when it comes to internet service and quality? Thank you.
Okay. Once again, our feedback and our questions are on the forum and on the school. So, Mr. Minister, I will withdraw the question on agriculture. We are concentrating on the issues that happened at the forum here. Gambians, please note, this is not another session. This is your feedback for clarification on issues that were discussed here. Is that okay? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair. The first question on agriculture, I just have to say that as a government, we are working with some private operators to see how we can, fast track this issue of e-agriculture in the country. We have already laid the national broadband network, which aims to, kind of make internet access in this country much more cheaper. Now, what we need to do as a country is to partner with technology innovation institutions and also the private sector. As a government, yes, this would have been the ideal situation, but because of lack of adequate funding, some of these things require good investment, also, research, but the adoption of the right applications. And most of the time, you need to have good, partners and collaborators to be able to do this. I was very happy that the startups that are exhibiting their, products out there, one of them actually has started this program of e-agriculture. But we need to strengthen them. We need to collaborate with them so that our farmers can also benefit, from this very good agricultural initiative. Because you all know what we are having right now with pest infestations and other, problems related to food insecurity. So, technology can help a lot. And as a government, what we have done is to leverage the infrastructure. Now, I think it is the right time for investors and the private sector and innovators to come in and then also, contribute so that our farming populations can also benefit from this. It will make a much difference if we start embracing some of these technologies. Now, Madam Chair, just for, if I may indulge your acceptance for me to actually answer to the two questions, because what we have done as a country is to invest heavily in the ICT infrastructure. We have our ACE, we have our ECO1, and we now also have the National Broadband Network. All these are either loans that we have contracted as a government or we partnered with the private sector to finance all this major ICT infrastructure. So what is now left is for Gambians to, connect to this infrastructure. For example, the rural connectivity that you've talked about. Gambia is one of the few countries in Africa that has fiber connectivity across the country, from one end of the country to the other. Our entire country is ring-fenced. Now, what is left now is to have this very good ICT infrastructure, leverage, and homes can be connected to it. That's what we call the last mile connectivity. Now, we are in touch with a number of international organizations, but also, funding agencies to see that our homes and our institutions in the rural areas are connected to the fiber network that we have. And I'm happy to say that in some of the discussions, I think things have gone too far, and hopefully maybe within a year we'll see a very big improvement in terms of connecting our rural areas. Also, the Holland Foundation, which is an NGO, has just signed an agreement with the government of the Gambia to connect the entire education system. All the schools in the Gambia will be connected within the next 1 year. I think the Gambia is the only country in Africa that would definitely benefit from that type of infrastructural improvement. Although they are not going to be connected to our fiber network, they have already secured a partnership with a commercial satellite company that is going to connect all our schools, across the country. So that will improve e-learning. Now, as part of support from the European Union, all our health facilities across the country are also going to be put on solar power, which means that electricity will no longer be a problem at health centers. And If they have electricity, then connecting them to the infrastructure would not be difficult, because then some of these internet appliances and systems can now be connected without much burden on some of these rural health centers and facilities. So I think we are getting there slowly, although, yes, we could have done them much, much faster, but you know how public funding sometimes is. Regarding why Gambians are not enjoying the faster internet, I don't know what you mean about that, but in all the major towns in the Gambia, they have what you call 4G LTE. The Secretary General of the ITU is here. This morning, he was sending some pictures and messages on Twitter, and he was telling me that he was surprised because in other countries and cities where he visited, if he sent, a picture or an attachment, it took much, much, much longer for them to be delivered. But here is within seconds because it's 4G LTE, which is extremely very fast. Africell and QCell, all over in the country, all the major towns, they are now on 4G, extremely very fast. It may be a bit expensive. So what we are doing, actually, we are reviewing the tariff structure. And that is why we have the NBN. What the NBN, the National Broadband Network, aims to do is to make internet connectivity much, much, much affordable to the end user. And not only affordable, but also your experience with it would be like something that is, first, enjoyable, but also memorable. Because it is an infrastructure which is the state of the art. It has just been handed over to the government. And if it is not used, it is not of much benefit to the government, because this is something that was funded on a loan of $25 million. So it has to be used so that we can easily repay this loan back. So I want to promise that in some cases it is not about the infrastructure, but the kind of network that you are on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. We have 15 more minutes to this session because some planes need their clients. Secretary General, I want to give you my own personal feedback. I was one of those who have activated for more women at leadership position at the ITU. And you see how we love women. Anyway, my message is to say thank you to the ITU members for the election of Doreen, who is ITU's Director for Development now. On behalf of myself, and I think I want to speak for my sisters as well, congratulations. Please do extend our congratulatory message to the board, the members of ITU. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Suleiman Bojang, a Gambian. Okay, my question will go to my Honorable Minister. Yeah, I want to ask you a question about affordability of the internet, but you have dealt with it. But yet still, I want to make sure you assure the Gambians that whether there will be affordability of internet, because the data bundle in the Gambia here is very expensive. So I would like you to whether you can assure the Gambians that affordability of the internet will be assured. Thank you.
Bonjour, je suis Corinne Ouattara de la Côte d'Ivoire. Alors, nous avons appris pendant c'est une semaine, que les TIC sont vraiment intégrés dans tout ce qui est service. Et c'est une volonté de l'Afrique en général, mais de l'Afrique de l'Ouest, de vouloir intégrer les nouvelles technologies pour améliorer la qualité de vie des soins des gens. Alors, c'est dans ce cas d'espèce-là que nous avons intégré tout ce qui est nouvelles technologies dans la santé, comme ce que je vous ai donné tout à l'heure. Mais en même temps, il va falloir aussi ce qu'on veut savoir, c'est comment est-ce que la CEDEAO compte pouvoir agir au niveau de nos infrastructures. Ce que j'appelle infrastructure aujourd'hui pour nous, c'est les zones rurales pour nous. nous ne travaillons pas qu'en zone urbaine. Aujourd'hui, la plus grande cible pour moi, elle est en zone rurale. Des personnes que nous, start-up, nous formons à l'utilisation des nouvelles technologies. Et encore même que c'est nous-mêmes qui apportons tout ce qui est outils informatiques aux différents centres de santé pour pouvoir utiliser nos solutions pour adapter aux populations. Donc, comment est-ce qu'ils pourront... comment est-ce que les nouvelles technologies pourraient changer les choses si les infrastructures des centres de santé, comme ce que j'ai entendu tout à l'heure, ne sont pas encore informatisées?
Hi, I am Joe from Gambia. My question is addressed to the ECOWAS representative. Now, over the course of this 2 days conference, something that has been obvious is that as a sub-region, we haven't been able to make great strides because we are disjointed. So my question is, what is the ECOWAS actually doing in implementing policies so that anything that they adopt will be followed through by the member states? Because as it stands, even, I don't know if there are policies, but it's pretty obvious that not every member state is following through with it. And we can only advance our internet here in the sub-region on the global stage if we are united. So what is the ECOWAS actually doing to ensure that any policies it adopts, it's actually adopted by different member states? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Abubakar F. Dabo, a Gambian. Yeah, so I just have this question. We are talking here about like internet governance in Africa. When all the computers or mobile phones we use.
Just hold on 1 second. Oh, gentlemen, are you on the queue?
Yes.
Okay, please, we are no longer able to take people on the queue now. The man on the cap will be our last person. Sorry about that. I told you we're closing this at 4:15.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was just, I'm throwing this to the ECOWAS representatives. Like, we have been talking about internet governance here in Africa, when all the computers we use in our offices, you know, are all imported. So, you know, and then it is a belief that these gadgets or these computers could collect data, you know, and then send them to to the manufacturers, which are in the other countries. So what is ECOWAS doing with regards to this? Because this could be very dangerous. And then what I was, you know, expecting to hear in this forum was, like, we should not only, you know, concentrate on the data, how, you know, to protect our data, but I was expecting us to talk about how can we manufacture the old computers we use in the Africa here instead of importing them from the other continents. So I think this is important. I want to know what is ECOWAS doing about this, because we have engineering students here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ismaila Jawara. I am a member of the Gambia Cybersecurity Alliance. And since in the morning, we've been talking about data accessibility and affordability. And then this afternoon, the Secretary General came and he was talking about cybersecurity. So which makes the puzzle complete. I have a question for all the member states and also a recommendation from the ITU Secretary General. We have a multi-staker holding indexing called the Global Cybersecurity Indexing, which is obviously powered by ITU, and this, tell people or manufacturers, the readiness and commitment of states, the ITU member states, on cybersecurity. And I've read this document last year, Index 2018. Africa, specifically, Gambia and West Africa, we are very, very poor. We score very poor in that indexing. So what is the member state doing? And as ITU Secretary General is sitting here, what are the plans to make sure that maybe 2019 or next year we can, range to the top 10, global cybersecurity numbers? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please don't be carried away by my outfit. My name is Mohamed Jeng, and I'm from the Gambia. I actually want to make a contribution, one, and second, a question. There was a session in the morning on digital rights and freedom of expression. I just want to say that since digital rights are also being considered to be human rights requires responsibility. And then my reference is going to be the 2014, the African Court on Human and People's Rights decision on Lucet Konate versus Burkina Faso, which establishes the principle of actual malice, that inasmuch that we want to enjoy our right to freedom of expression, this right must not be malicious to the end those who are going to be receiving those information. And my questions regarding the freedom of expression in the Gambia is going to the Honorable Minister. We understand that the Parliament is actually working on some of the laws that are going to be regulating how we express ourselves in the new Gambia. I want us to make some clarification because Section 25 of the 1997 Constitution of the Gambia is not enough to safeguard the rights of journalism and digital rights. So what is the government doing to make sure that the rights of journalists and those who are expressing themselves digitally are all being safeguarded? Thank you.
Very much, everyone. You need to put off the mic there where you are. There were questions, demand for clarifications from ECOWAS, from ITU, and from Gambia. What I will suggest is that Dr. Kofi, you take 2 minutes. Mr. Hulin, you take 2 minutes, and the minister will conclude with 2 minutes, so that by 4:15, actually it's 1 minute now, by 4:15, you could step out and catch the plane.
Okay, thank you, Nena. As the interpreters, I will speak in French. So for those who don't speak French or understand French, they can take their earphone now. Okay. Il y a 3 questions qui m'ont été adressées. La première question est relative au désenclavement des zones reculées, isolées. Et je pense que sur ce point, la CEDEAO, depuis 2007, a mis en place un acte additionnel relatif au service universel et à la gestion des fonds du service universel. Cet acte a été révisé d'ailleurs en 2017. Donc cet acte donne les modalités pour pouvoir désenclaver toutes les zones rurales, toutes les zones isolées. En plus de ça, l'acte donne des orientations sur l'usage du fonds des services universels que les États membres collectent des opérateurs, principalement des opérateurs mobiles. Malheureusement, ce fonds n'est pas utilisé comme il se doit. Donc si ce fonds est utilisé comme il se doit, je pense qu'il est assez logique qu'on va désenclaver, peut-être pas à une vitesse grand V, mais on peut pouvoir désenclaver ces zones-là progressivement au bout de 5 ans, 10 ans maximum. On devrait pouvoir couvrir tout le territoire de chaque État membre de la CEDEAO. Au niveau, la deuxième question concerne les politiques régionales. La CEDEAO, comme je l'ai mentionné, le cas du service universel, la CEDEAO développe des politiques régionales. Effectivement, la difficulté, c'est l'accompagnement au niveau de la mise en œuvre dans les États membres. Vous savez que nous avons une capacité limitée, tant financière que capacité humaine. Donc, nous ne pouvons pas vraiment faire un suivi régulier de tout ça, ce qui fait que ça retarde en fait la mise en œuvre au niveau national des différentes politiques et réglementations que que nous adoptons au niveau régional. Mais nous sommes en train de réfléchir comment accompagner mieux nos États membres pour pouvoir faciliter la mise en œuvre au niveau national de ces politiques régionales. Le dernier point, je pense que la CEDEAO, c'est une grosse structure. Il y a un département secteur privé. Donc, c'est eux qui sont chargés de développer les industries au niveau de la région. Mais d'ores et déjà, je veux vous dire qu'au niveau de la région, il y a des entités qui fabriquent des PC, des laptops. Je connais le cas de la Côte d'Ivoire où il y a un jeune qui a mis en place, qui a fabriqué un tableur. Donc, je pense que ça existe déjà. Il faut pouvoir les soutenir pour mieux les développer et pour qu'ils puissent suffisamment produire des PC, des laptops au niveau régional pour nous-mêmes. Mais là, cela ne garantit en aucun cas la sécurité dès l'instant où ces laptops seront connectés à Internet. C'est pourquoi la CEDEAO a un programme, un agenda de cybersécurité qui est en train de se déployer actuellement. Merci.
Thank you. First, let me just reply to your message that we, for the first time in IT history of 154 years, we have Madam Doring elected as the Director of Development Bureau, sitting on the top of IT management. That we appreciate very much your support, and but we fully understand that the way for equality is still a lot of challenges, a lot of work, and according to our statistics, up to now in ITU's activities, it's maximum only 30% of women, of participants to our major activities. So it's still far away from equality. And when we talked about the ITU staff, and then when we move to higher top, then you have less and less women members there. So that it's a big challenge. Now, we work with UN Women to launch Equals program, and we try to encourage our members to send more women delegates to our meetings, to encourage more girls to follow science technology studies. And any letter from my office since November 2017, at one paragraph, that we encourage our members to send a woman candidate, to send women participants, to try to encourage our members to help us to improve the women's participation in our activities. We appreciate very much your support. And for the cooperation between agricultural industry and ICT industry, ITU also encourages strongly our industry to help agriculture with any possible new technologies. Now, including the artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, now 5G, all these are there. And we also encourage projects like in Egypt. We have cooperated with the Egyptian administration to have a smart water management, try to help administration to improve the water supply for the agriculture. And we also signed agreement with FAO to encourage both sides to have new technologies for productivity of agriculture, but also try to use like e-commerce to help peasants to sell their products, in better form. So all this, we try our best, and I'm pretty sure in Gambia, as I discussed with the minister since yesterday, and this morning with the president, and we know that Gambia is trying its best to try to connect the people, connect the villages, connect those not connected yet, so that the ICT may be beneficial to majority the peasants from the remote area, as that is beneficial to the city citizens. So we are very pleased to hear your comments on this. And I also heard that you like to see the computer made in Africa. Actually, I heard these comments already for decades from Africa. That Africa do not like to keep the current situation be continued forever. And all the ICT major system technologies today still developed from other continents, not from Africa. So Africa would like to see that those equipment systems will be made in Africa. And also for the e-commerce, today you have from West, Amazon, you have this kind of system. From East, you have Alibaba. So why should we not have, someone told me, why don't we have Alimama made in Africa? So that, I think that is, why not? So that, but I see the challenges. If each of us, individual member states, to try to do everything, will not be able to achieve our goal. If we all work together, coordinated, I think we have chance. And here in particular, because Africa young, very dynamic. And this morning after my short remarks, I visited some of your startups. It's marvelous. They work on the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a big issue for everybody, but still you find something you can contribute to the cybersecurity. So that is, you have this kind of talent, young people. You have your strategic visions to come up, not to left behind. I think that we will get there. And you talked about the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity, the index. That our purpose to publish this index ranking is not just to try to see who is higher, who is low. Just try to indicate that there's something you might have to make more efforts. And here I noted that we cooperate with Gambia administrations already set up new incident monitoring centers, and we have capacity building capacity corporations. And I think that everybody this morning, President himself also put cyber security as a high for Gambia, because more and more we were moving to e-economy, e-applications, then cybersecurity is absolutely important. So I'm very pleased to see that this issue is highlighted by you from top and to this meeting participants, and then I'm confident you will move there. That is, and then the last one I would also to say that Smart Africa, these startups in Gambia, in Africa region, I think that is really the hope of our future. That we have to work together to try to help the startups, to help the SMEs, to build up the business, and we hope that we have a very good development in Africa, and also bring their talent solutions to the world ICT development. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister.
Well, I thought it's almost all over, but thank you so much. Just to say that the issue of freedom of expression in the Gambia, I mean, just to assure you that the Ministry of Information and Communication Infrastructure is working with the Attorney General's chambers to review the entire, criminal justice law related to freedom of information. I mean, this is a UNDP project. It is going on, and we hope that before October, this review will be finished, and then a cabinet paper will be prepared, and then hopefully by December, a bill will be taken to the National Assembly to scrap from our statute books all those bad laws that have been used to gag freedom of expression and freedom of information in this country. That actually is the process. It is not to regulate how you express yourself. It is actually to enhance, the process for a much freer society in the Gambia. My ministry has already recommended a set of actions that are to be taken, and hopefully before the end of the year, all these things will come to an end. And also remember, the constitutional review process is already on, and we expect that in the new Gambia, when we have our new constitution, it will be friendlier and also, true to the ideals of democratic pluralism in this country. So we are hoping that this will happen. And finally, the cost of connectivity. As I said, as a country, it is our wish that we see that everybody is connected, and connection that is not a burden on the end users. Unfortunately, the government cannot do everything alone. The people who are into this are also investors, they are businesses, and they have to make profit. But we always insist that it has to be a justifiable return on investment, and as a result, we are reviewing a whole lot of things, especially the tariff structure. Hopefully, our regulatory authority will come out with a price structure very soon. I mean, we benefited from a support from the ITU to look at all these processes, and hopefully very soon it will help, especially that now we have almost completed our cycle of investment in the enabling infrastructure. So I mean, most of these things are part of the process that we are going through, and hopefully as a country we will also enjoy what other countries are going through: cheaper connectivity, but also I mean connectivity that is seamless. So we want to just call on people like you just to be a bit patient. We know that I mean the young people want to really see a connectivity that is really cheap, but it is also in the interest of everybody that we go through this in a very systematic way. We look at it holistically so that all the loopholes can be critically looked into, and then we come up with a structure, a price structure that is acceptable to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I know that someone has a flight to catch. So we've not had it this good in all our West Africa ideas. We've not had this kind of heavy power till the last minute. Thank you very much. We will allow you, we'll accompany you with our applauses. But I'm going to ask Mr. Christian, what is your own feedback to what you've heard and as AU?
Merci. Je voudrais juste rebondir sur la question de l'accès. L'accès des... Je voudrais donc rebondir sur la question de l'accès aux zones rurales ou l'accès des zones rurales aux infrastructures. Pour dire que c'est une question qui préoccupe également la Commission de l'Union africaine au plus haut point. Et vous connaissez la raison. 70% au moins de la population en Afrique réside en zone rurale. Et c'est également là-bas que nous avons les richesses, parce que vous êtes sans oublier que l'économie africaine est essentiellement agricole, que nous tenons à moderniser. Alors, pour prendre en charge la question, depuis 2017, les ministres en charge des TIC s'en préoccupent. Pour ceux qui visitent de temps en temps le site de l'Union africaine, vous avez dû voir une publication concernant le recrutement de consultants pour produire une étude rapidement sur comment la Commission de l'Union africaine peut prendre en charge de façon efficace et dans les meilleurs délais pour accroître l'accès à l'infrastructure de base par les populations des zones rurales et reculées. Donc c'est pour vous dire que nous sommes en synergie, en phase avec les CER comme la CEDEAO qui y travaillent, et nous allons proposer d'ici là des solutions pour justement permettre à cette partie de la population de pouvoir également disposer de l'infrastructure dont elles ont besoin pour améliorer leur vie de tous les jours. Merci.
Ne quittez pas, s'il vous plaît. Nous avons là CEDEAO et l'Union africaine. Ma question, c'est quel est le regard que vous portez aujourd'hui au Forum ouest africain, c'est-à-dire le Forum lui-même. Nous sommes à notre 11e édition. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut améliorer en tant que région? Je sais que la CEDEAO est le secrétariat, mais qu'est-ce que nous devons apporter à la maison comme message, comme défi à relever? Quel est ce message que nous devons apporter en partant d'ici? Je commence par la CEDEAO.
Merci, Madame la modératrice. Je pense que, comme vous l'avez dit, nous sommes à notre 11e édition. Le vrai défi, c'est que tous les États membres de la CEDEAO n'ont pas encore des IGF au niveau national. Et je pense que c'est le grand défi que nous devons relever. Et donc, pour moi, ce que nous devons ramener d'ici, c'est la sensibilisation au niveau national. Nous, au niveau de la CEDEAO, jusqu'à l'année dernière, nos communiqués restaient au niveau de la CEDEAO et des participants. Pour pouvoir pousser cette sensibilisation, nous avons décidé à partir de cette année de porter les conclusions, les recommandations de notre communiqué que nous allons avoir ici à la prochaine réunion des ministres. C'est à titre d'information, mais ça permet aussi de les sensibiliser, d'être un peu au courant de façon régulière des défis de la gouvernance de l'Internet dans notre région. Donc vraiment, je demande à chaque participant, que ce soit au niveau de l'école, que ce soit au niveau du forum, une fois de retour, d'essayer de porter cette sensibilisation au niveau national pour que ceux qui ont, par exemple, commencé les forums au niveau national, qui ont arrêté, comme la Côte d'Ivoire, qu'ils puissent reprendre. Ceux qui n'en ont pas, ils puissent mettre en place leur IGF national et vraiment l'activer et de le rendre vraiment opérationnel. Voilà, donc voilà, c'est le message que je voulais passer. Merci.
De mon côté, alors j'ai noté que d'abord, il faut savoir que c'est la première fois que je participe à une réunion AGF et j'ai été très émerveillé par le dynamisme. J'en savais quelque chose, mais j'ai vu, j'ai entendu et je pense que vous êtes dans la bonne direction au regard de ce que j'ai suivi comme processus à suivre, développé par Makan, développé par Tidjani à un moment pendant la formation. Et je comprends également qu'il y a des pays qui veulent bien faire vivre leurs forums nationaux, mais ils ont besoin d'appui. Et à cet égard, je peux vous rassurer que je vais rendre compte à l'autorité pour que l'appui puisse se poursuivre aussi bien à votre niveau qu'à d'autres régions.
Thank you very much. Mary, are the rapporteurs ready? Okay. Before we step down, please listen very attentively. Yesterday, we lost a sitting African president. On behalf of all of us, I would ask you to please rise for a one silence message that Tijani will take back to the people of Tunisia, that we are in solidarity with you for the loss of our dear President Essebsi. Thank you very much. Mary, may I please retire from my job now? Thank you very much. Ah non, c'est pas moi qui vous ai envoyé ici.
is they are just going to change the screen so that it can be projected, and later then I'll hand over to our Master of Ceremony, Madam Fatim, to give the last closing things, the draft report that from there the communique will be given out and other things, last logistics. At the end of this session, we do our last networking during coffee break. So please just be patient with us. Biran is going to fetch the guy so that the screen will be changed, and then Fatim will take over from there. Thank you.